There are major decisions in life, the kind that change your direction, your career, your relationships, your future. But there are also countless small decisions we delay every single day. And those small, postponed decisions, they quietly tax our minds. They drain our energy. They create anxiety, nervousness, and emotional exhaustion. When you choose not to decide, that itself is a decision. Deciding to act, truly committing to action, is one of the greatest challenges we face. At different stages of life, in different areas, career, health, relationships, personal growth, we encounter moments where we know exactly what we should do, yet we hesitate. So I want you to think for a moment. What is something you know you need to do? Something you want to do? Something you feel called to do? But for some reason, you have been holding back. Maybe you've procrastinated. Maybe you've justified waiting. Maybe you've blamed circumstances. Maybe you've told yourself it's not the right time. Yet, deep down, you know. You know you should make that phone call. You know you should change that job. You know you should have that conversation. You know you should take care of your health. You know you should start that project, but you haven't. And you don't even fully understand why. You are not alone. Reinventing your life requires a conscious, deliberate, determined effort. You have to put all of yourself into it, and that is uncomfortable. There are moments when you look at the task in front of you and say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I know it's necessary, but leave me alone. So what stops us? One of the biggest barriers is the fear of failure. If you failed before, the pain of that disappointment lingers. The embarrassment, the self-doubt, the fear of going through that again can freeze you. Another powerful force is the fear of loss. Sometimes taking action means risking a relationship. It may mean disappointing someone. It may mean losing approval. And many of us crave approval deeply. We want to be liked. We want to be accepted. But the truth is, it is impossible to please everyone. Lack of self-confidence is another reason. Many capable people simply do not believe in themselves enough. I know someone who is incredibly talented. She works at a job where she is miserable. She has received offers for better opportunities, roles that would pay her what she is worth and allow her to use her gifts, but she refuses to take the chance. Why? Because she is afraid things might not work out. She doesn't trust herself enough. So she spends 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, unhappy. She dreads Mondays. She feels underpaid and undervalued, and the stress is wearing her down. There are people whose jobs are literally making them sick because they refuse to act. They wake up tired, arrive angry, and leave drained. They are not aligned with who they truly are, but they remain stuck because they won't move. I have another friend, brilliant, knowledgeable, a gifted business consultant. He helps others launch companies successfully. Everyone believes in him. Everyone sees his potential, except him. He has talked himself out of starting his own business countless times. The numbers aren't right. The timing isn't good. The market is unstable. He is intelligent enough to rationalize his fear. Sometimes what stops us is not inability, it is overthinking. There are also deeper psychological patterns. Some people avoid acting because they don't want to take personal responsibility. If they never try, they never risk failing. Others unconsciously adopt the habits and fears of people they love. We often mirror what we grew up seeing. For example, if you grow up around someone who avoids confrontation, you may unconsciously learn to avoid difficult conversations too. Not because anyone taught you directly, but because you absorbed the pattern. Many people wait until there is a crisis before they act. Someone ignores their health for years. They know they need to change their diet, they know they need to exercise, but they delay. Then one day, a doctor delivers serious news. Suddenly, motivation appears. Now they're disciplined, now they're committed. But the ability was always there. Some people have to hit rock bottom before they rise. Life can inspire action, but it can also force it. Sometimes circumstances shift overnight. A company is acquired, a job is lost, a relationship ends. Suddenly, you must act. Desperation becomes motivation. When we lack courage voluntarily, life often creates situations that demand courage. As Howard Thurman wrote, there is something powerful about the moment of decision. For days, a person may drift aimlessly, lacking energy or direction. Then, something disturbs the pattern, a realization, a wake-up call. And in a flash, a sharp decision is made. In that moment, energy is released. Decision unlocks power. Action activates strength you didn't know you had. But here is the truth. When you decide to act, it will not always feel good. It will not always be smooth. You may lose friends. You may upset people. You may be misunderstood. There are necessary losses in life. Sometimes we don't act because we are desperate to be liked. But when you begin living in your own best interest, some people will not approve. They may call you arrogant. They may say you've changed. They may question your motives. But growth requires discomfort. If there is something you've been avoiding, start by bringing it into the light. Write it down. Look at it clearly. When you expose it to truth, it loses some of its power. Ask yourself, is procrastination helping me or hurting me? If delaying action is costing you emotionally, financially, or physically, then it is a liability. Next, identify what is truly blocking you. Is it fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of conflict? What exactly are you running from? Then ask, what is the worst that could happen if I act? Visualize that worst-case scenario. Feel the discomfort in your imagination. Run through it mentally. Often you'll realize something powerful. You will survive it. It may be uncomfortable, but it will not destroy you. Then ask, how will I feel after taking action? There is a deep sense of personal achievement that comes from facing something you have avoided for years. Imagine telling someone the truth you've held back. Imagine apologizing where you were wrong. Imagine standing up for yourself respectfully. Imagine finally starting what you've delayed. It might be uncomfortable, but it will strengthen you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is acting in spite of fear. When you act on what you know is right, you align yourself with your higher self. You grow, you stretch, you expand. And yes, you may get knocked down, but every challenge builds resilience. So here are practical steps. Write down the action you've been avoiding. List 3 strong, detailed reasons why you must take action. Visualize the worst-case outcome and realize you can handle it. Visualize the best-case outcome and let that inspire you. Take one small step within 24 hours. Your reasons are powerful. When doubt whispers, your reasons will answer back. When fear says, wait, your reasons will say, move. The moment you decide, truly decide, energy will surge through you. Your posture changes, your voice changes, your thinking sharpens, you begin to feel in control. As Howard Thurman expressed, the act of decision sweeps away inertia. It releases hidden strength. And sometimes, that single decision changes the course of a life forever. When you choose action, you access personal power. Your self-esteem increases. You experience a sense of freedom, not because life becomes easy, but because you are no longer hiding from it. Struggles will still come. Challenges will still appear. You may still face defeat. But now, you are engaged. You are no longer a spectator. You are a participant. So say this to yourself, I can go into action on anything in my life. Nothing is stopping me but me. No challenge has power over me unless I give it power. When you stand up to life, when you use all of yourself, your courage, your faith, your determination, you discover strength you never knew existed within you. Growth lives in discomfort. Power lives in decision. Freedom lives in action. And when you decide to act, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, you begin to transform not only your circumstances, but your identity. Together, we all have what it takes. Now the question is, what will you decide to do?